everyone, my name's Katie. This is Chords Records, and this is my Katie's Currents series where I look at new listens, recent listens and new spins that I just drop midweek occasionally. So my latest episode of Katie's Currents, I'm just going to look at 4 or 5 albums today, but a couple of really special pickups that I think will be interesting. So as far as what I've been listening to, I put on this the other day, and I played it back to back several times. This classic Jason Isbell Southeastern. This album, honestly, this is the album that got me into Jason Isbell years ago. So around about 6 years ago, 2017, 18. Because someone recommended the song New South Wales. New South Wales is where I live in Australia. And I think he wrote it while he was on tour here. And this album is such a classic album. And the version I've got is the Vinyl Me Please exclusive, the 10-year anniversary remastered edition, limited to 1,000 foil stamped copies. And it's like honey on vinyl. It is such a beautiful album. So that's that one. I've also been listening to an Australian artist called Matt Corby. We have most of his albums. If you don't know Matt Corby, he is a beautiful kind of pop singer, but more folk singer, very gentle, falsetto type tones in his voice. And this one was self-produced. Everything's Fine. This was his latest one. Very funny cover. If you look closely enough, Everything's Fine. Everything isn't fine because there are so many different things happening in this photo. It's a double gatefold. Oh, actually, let me take the record out so you can see. Matt Corby originally was one of the runners-up, I think, in one of those singing contests, maybe Australian Idol, back in the early 2000s. And it's a curse, isn't it, when that happens? He was an absolutely brilliant, talented singer, and he was able to kind of shake that and get on with his life. And he's released several albums. We've seen him live in concert, and he's quite a fragile singer and a fragile man, but really worth just checking out, an Australian singer-songwriter. Okay, another one that I've been listening to and I picked up is from Elvis in Memphis. This album was recommended to me from one of my very earliest videos when I was I'm kind of don't have much Elvis, and someone suggested 4 albums, and this was one of them. And I picked this one up, and it's obviously it's a Mo-Fi original master recording, early 80s. It's not great, and I've since looked it up, and apparently it's not the one to get. So I'm going to be looking for an original, which has been recommended to me. Just get the originals with the eye in the dead wax from that pressing plant, but it's still such a great album. And of course, the most famous song on here, In the Ghetto. So this was sort of he's done all his films, and he's kind of losing popularity, and he's returning to form in the late 60s. And he's done that 1969 special. And this album, I think this album might be 1969, but it's from start to finish a beautiful album to listen to. And so thank you for recommending it to me if you're watching this, from Elvis in Memphis. And this is a real treat for me. I've never seen one of these in the wild. This is that beautiful Bee Gees album that was done in kind of red velvet, Odessa. Really, really gorgeous album for early Bee Gees. And I picked this up from Mike at the In Groove through one of his Whatnot auctions. It was a Whatnot auction that was a first pressing. So this is a first pressing. It's not. There were several first pressings of this. It's not the first pressing, as I discovered, but it was from the year. So 1969 maybe. I should have checked that out. But absolutely beautiful condition. Like, there's no ring wear on this album at all, or hardly any. You can see a little bit, but the velvet is in just pristine condition. So very, very happy to pick that up. And I know the album, I've streamed it. So I was very, very happy to get that. And then two more. One of my favourite bands of all time, Art of Fighting, Australian band from 20 years ago. This was their album Wires. This is a re-release. Very happy with this. Honestly, probably in my top 5. If someone asked me who my top 5 bands were of all time, Art of Fighting would be one of them. Sort of just a rock band, with a male and female lead singer. They take turns. Write all their own songs, lots of crescendo music that ends up in lots of instrumental guitar, thrashing. Absolutely love them. And then finally, in my Katie's Currents video, if you've watched my earlier videos, you know I'm on a completist split ends search, picking up bits and pieces here and there. I was in town this week. I was at a Sydney record shop called Red Eye Records, which is an institution. And I found this first Japanese press of Time and Tide. Quite a rare copy to get. So very, very happy to pick that up. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.